Shouts out to the men on this planet that are healing the unhealthy, toxic, paternal, father, generational, unhealthy, toxic patterns, generational curses, generational toxicities in their bloodline. The issue with a lot of men that have been raised from this patriarchal system that we have existed in, this patriarchal system is ass backwards and it's imbalanced because it has totally diminished, minimized, to removed altogether the divine feminine essence and presence that is very strong and powerful and authoritative within the universe and the cosmos and in nature. If you observe nature, you study the cosmos, the activity, the energy, in the cosmos, the universe, and you observe nature from the plants, the animals, and so on and so forth, the elements, the elementals, and you find and dig deep and see the feminine essence and influence in nature and all this energetic activity and spiritual activity, you will see how in this patriarchal system they have totally cheapened the divine mother and the divine feminine energy. They've been doing it for ages. And, you know, lifetimes. You know, all these all boys clubs that don't involve women, you know, these secret all boy groups that have these secret meetings and they do things and whatever. I don't know what they do. I don't really care. But the divine feminine essence has been totally disrespected and minimized and used and abused like a dirty wash rag within this patriarchal system. And a lot of men unknowingly have been bamboozled, tricked, deceived, tricked off their throne, tricked off their divine royal throne spiritually because they fell for the okie doke, because their father fell for the okie doke, his father fell for the okie doke, so on and so forth. It doesn't necessarily have to do with a secret group or have to be a part of a secret group. But being that if you already been programmed and conditioned to think a certain way about yourself, your identity, your place in this world and society, how you engage and interact with women, you're most likely, if being presented with an opportunity of some kind, it will make sense and sound good if you was to join these all boy clubs that they have. Okay? It's not even about the secret groups. This message is more so about the men recognizing and seeing the bamboozlement and the deception and the trick that tricked them off they throne, off their divine place in nature, and how their whole entire life and even other men that they look to for respect, you know, adoration, acceptance, approval, validation, so on and so forth. All their friends and peers and family members or whatever, how they all been influenced by the same backwards, imbalanced, patriarchal society and system. And they wonder why they struggle to show up in their strength and show up as a leader and show up strong and show up powerful for themselves first, and then also for their family, their communities, and also for their counterpart, their mate, their life partner, their destiny partner, their soulmate. or girlfriend or spouse or wife or their sisters, their daughters, their mothers, their aunties, and so on and so forth, is because of the heavy influence of this backwards, imbalanced patriarchal system that has totally been disrespecting and minimizing and hiding the divine feminine essence and influence and power and authority that exists in nature and the cosmos, because they acknowledge her in the secret rooms in secret, but in public she's like that girlfriend or that woman that a man is seeing privately, but he don't see her and represent her publicly. It's kind of like that, but just on a spiritual level. So it's kind of like they're prostituting the divine feminine energy. They're exploiting her. They'll exploit her energy, her presence, her power for their own selfish gain. It's the same thing like men who have been heavily influenced by this backwards ass system, philosophy, code of conduct, and belief system, and everything that is heavily, heavily masculinated. And that's why they're so imbalanced with their feminine energy. They don't even know what feminine energy is. They think it's some like physical expression of of sex, and it's not, just spiritual, energetic of gender that has nothing to do with physical sex, as in male or female. It has to do with a cosmic, universal, hermetic principle, the law of gender. And that's why they so tapped out and out of tune with themselves, and they can't even connect with a woman, a healthy woman at that, because all the women who've been heavily influenced and impacted by this backwards, imbalanced patriarchal system, they're just as masculinated as the men who are overly masculinated. The only time a heavily masculinated woman wants to become feminine is maybe only in the bedroom, or only to use her feminine wiles to get what she wants, to be manipulative. Even still, that is toxic, and it's unhealthy, and it's masculinated because it's manipulation. Even the word manipulation has the word man in it in the front, man, the first three letters of the word when you spell it out. But this has been a spiritual problem on the planet and in our world. No matter where you are in the world, this is a huge issue. The imbalance of masculine and feminine energy within the male collective, the men collective, the masculine collective, the physical representation of masculine collective. They have to be responsible for holding themselves accountable and recognizing, yes, I have been influenced by this backwards, unnatural way of living and existing and being. Yes, and I also have been benefiting off of it, because the world is ruled by these overly masculine, toxic masculine men that exploit and prostitute the divine feminine energy and treat her like a secret in their clubs and groups and whatever. Only when it benefits them is when she matters and when she's important, not openly and in public. It's changing. A lot of people are awakening to the truth that yes, this world has been operating imbalanced in an unnatural way, in a toxic way. It has, due to this overly masculinated patriarchal system that we've been living in. So a lot of men who who have been struggling in their own life on a personal level, a professional level, social level, on a family level, platonic level, romantic level. They need to look at and connect the dots and see how this patriarchal system and how they've been operating within it and being heavily influenced by it, and how it has been heavily affecting in a unhealthy way, affecting their life. Then they have to look at their fathers, their grandfathers and great grandfathers and so on and so forth, even in their friend group, their male friend group and family circles. They need to look at how this has been affecting and infecting their bloodline and their connections, their relationships, how they relate to the world, how they see themselves, how they show up in the world, and how they show up in their relationships with their loved ones, their family, their friends, their partners, their lovers, their counterparts, their children. Because they have not been in tune and tapped in and connected to their inner feminine energy, their inner goddess, their inner mother. They don't know how to connect with it. They haven't been able to connect with it. And then when the universe sends an example of someone who is very exemplary, who exemplifies and demonstrates healthy, divine feminine energy, goddess energy, maternal, motherly energy, they don't know how to receive the example. They don't know how to interact or engage or hold energetic space and capacity and frequency and vibration. They don't know how to harmonize with that because they haven't harmonized with it within themselves. Come on, man. It's time to wake up. You're not going to be able to connect with a healthy woman if you have not connected with that healthy feminine energy on the inside of you. You only going to be left with a limited pick of the litter if you continue going about life the way you've been going, influenced by this backwards ass patriarchal system that has been pimping and prostituting and exploiting the divine feminine authority and power and essence and presence. She is very tired of this imbalance and backwardsness. Okay? Now she has a dark side. She can get upset and very angry. Okay? I don't think the world is ready to see that or feel that. They probably already been seeing and sensing and feeling a little bit of it bubbling up, little by little. She probably made her angry presence, her divine wrathful presence known a few times already. Okay? Because, you know, she tired of being played with in her face. If you look at the word she, it already has he in it. So you've been tricked and lied and deceived and bamboozled for so long to think that to tap in to feminine energy or even to add that energetic aspect and element into your life in a respectful, balanced, harmonized, and see that energy as an equal, not as a minimized version, not as a lesser version, okay? But as an equal power to yourself. She, her, is already, even the word her has he in it. You are not subtracted from her. You come from her. She has already included you, but you've X'd her out. Like so disrespectfully. No wonder she will be upset and pissed the F off. I will be too. The audacity. You know that saying that they say, the elderly, the elders in my culture, in America, the mothers, the aunties, the grandmas, and them, they say when they are properly reprimanding and enforcing parental guardianship authority to a child, and the child's being disrespectful to that elderly woman, she will say, I brought you in this world, I will take you out. I believe they were channeling the divine feminine mother presence within nature and the universe and the cosmos. She's saying the same thing. She, I brought you here. I will take you up out of here. How dare you disrespect me and treat me like I'm a dirty wash rag, like I'm a throwaway burner. I don't know why throwaway burner keep coming up in these. I don't know. Maybe I done seen too many episodes of Power back in the day. But anyways, but yes, a lot of men and males on this planet need to really check themselves. Okay, and they really need to look at themselves in the mirror and really look at a full, in-depth, close, microscopic, fine-tooth comb review of their life and how it's been going without them being connected to that other half of themselves on the inside, which is that feminine energy, that feminine essence, that Venus energy, that Venusian energy. Because baby, you ain't about to overwork her. You're not about to use her. Like, you ain't about to send her out into the world to do your work and come back and bring you the spoils and the loot and the money and the bread and the bacon and the this and the that. No, you gonna have to tap in for yourself. Otherwise, you're just gonna be all out, ass backwards, and imbalanced like the rest of these boys in male adult bodies. It's time to wake up now. How long you gonna keep operating in this backwardsness and expecting to have a prosperous, flourishing, thriving life? It don't work like that. You need to learn you something. This is Earth School, as they say, ain't it? Classes has been in session soon as you came through your mother, the portal that you traveled here through. Your life will be so much more blissful and bliss and rewarding and prosperous and abundant on so many levels, spiritually and physically. If you tap into, when you tap into this energy and you see the divine feminine as yourself, because the divine feminine essence and power and authority within the Godhead structure, from what I've learned and studied, it automatically includes the male and the man and the masculine energy. Automatically. And you even see that in the structure of those pronouns, she and her. You come from a woman. What Tupac said, we got our name from a woman and our game from a woman. Yes, he knew. And I'm pretty sure somewhere in his journey he tapped in to the divine feminine energy within himself. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to channel that type of lyrical content in that particular song. She made her presence known in that song. She said, boy, you about to mention me up in here. Okay? You about to tell them about me. Okay? I am music. Music comes from me. That's Venus. That's a Venus characteristic energetic. Okay? She said she sat her tail right in that studio. The divine feminine goddess. She said, look, you better tell them, you better remind them, okay, before I bring fire and brimstone down to that earthly plane and take everybody out. Oh, my stars. But yes, and I love that song. Rest in power to Tupac Amaru Shakur. Like, but yes, like you have to be balanced within yourself with this energy. My brothers, my men, my guys, my bros, okay? You male collective. Come on now. Cause y'all been out here looking real goofy and wondering why your life been life the way it's been life. Cause you don't know nothing about the divine feminine. Cause she's been hidden. Because she is the subconscious. She is the depths of the ocean. She is the darkness. She does reside in the dark spaces, the unseen, the hidden, the spiritual, the intuitive, the occult, the hidden. And if you ain't going searching and looking for her within yourself first, you won't be able to recognize her anywhere else, even if she showed up at your doorstep of your life. Healthy, whole, and thriving in all her beauty and splendor and magnitude and magnificence. That's why y'all be running around scared and all out and terrified because you haven't even faced that within yourself. There is a very popular content creator, a Shira goddess. She said, and I agree with her, when she said, if there's anything that you are afraid of, just study about it. Just learn about it. The more you learn about something, it lessens and minimizes the fear. People fear what they don't understand. And if you lack understanding, just seek understanding. You gain and acquire understanding by education, educating, researching. Now, if you're afraid to do that, then you scared as hell. There ain't no hope. There used to be things, in spirituality and the occult that I was afraid to venture into. But the more I grew, raised my vibration, maintained that vibration and frequency, I became more open and adventurous and explorative. I ain't scared of nothing now. But yes, my men, the males collective, you guys need to tap into the divine feminine energy. I'm not talking about the ones that's been pimping her and, prostituting her and exploiting her energy. Okay, she gonna deal with them directly. I'm talking to the ones who have been casualties of this situation, okay? Who didn't know no better. And they were just, innocent and, wasn't aware, okay? The divine feminine mother, the mother goddess, okay? Her energy, her essence, her presence, her being, okay? They try to replace her with a man. They even try to replace her with an image of a man, an idea of a man, the thought of a man. And, even though, she ain't been mad about it, but because, it still describes her. It's still connecting and tapping you into her. But it's like once you know the truth, it's like, okay, what I need to connect with that if I know the truth. That's where I that's where I'm at with it. That's where I've been at with it. I'm like, okay, throw this away and I'm gonna focus on this. But yes, the divine feminine, the mother goddess energy, okay, in all her extensive expressions, all her faces, all her different uh energetic characteristic and attributes of her can be found in so many different cultures, ancient and in nature now. You just need to tap into that, connect with that, see how it is in resonance and relates to you, who you are on the inside of you, okay? And throw away everything you believed and thought that you adopted and held on to so closely and so tightly that is heavily influenced by this backwards patriarchal system and conditioning and programming. Cause it ain't it. Okay? That's only for the sheep to keep them asleep. But once you awaken to the truth, you can do all away with that. Throw that out. If you really want to connect with yourself so that you can properly become a whole person and really be a leader and really, you know, and really have a heart. Because this patriarchal system, it made y'all heartless, made y'all weak, it made y'all just a bunch of liars. Like, and then a lot of us women and mistakenly, who was also influenced by this backward system. A lot of us ended up in beds with y'all. And now after we realized what we laid down with and connected with, and we didn't get any deposit or download or upload from y'all because y'all so empty, heartless, and overly masculinated, we didn't see our reflection. And once we get up and remove ourselves from the situation after all that, it's like we feel robbed. Okay? And a lot of y'all who have been engaging in spicy time, you know, energy with women who are just as masculine as y'all and influenced by this patriarchal system that is backwards and imbalanced. Okay? That's why y'all feel so empty and after engaging with that, because ain't been no spiritual download or upload. I mean, it is, but it ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? Nothing that's wholesome and holy and divine. Very hellish and demonic and toxic. That's why y'all money be messed up. That's why y'all mental health be messed up. Y'all spiritual health be messed up. Just imbalanced. You know? But yeah, that's why y'all struggle to connect with a healthy woman who embodies this divine feminine essence and energy, because you guys haven't tapped into it yet within yourself first. Everything starts with self. It don't matter what the rest of the world is doing, this backwards system. Okay? The divine mother goddess, she gonna take care of them. She gonna properly handle that. Trust and believe. But far as all the rest of y'all that is hope for of a transformation and some true alchemicalization. internally for you to properly connect and balance your inner God and your inner goddess. Okay? She already included you and accepted you. She's waiting on you to accept her and respect her and acknowledge her and put some respect on her name. Okay? On who she is, on her identity, on her attributes, her characteristics, energetically, vibrationally. And all the material things and all the lovely shining things y'all be out here chasing after and all the tail y'all be chasing after. She like, look, I could give you all of that, baby. And some. But I need you to tap into me though. I'm the source of all that. But you want to do things your way though, with your raggedy ego that ain't been properly integrated and balanced out and alchemized because you've been chasing behind this imbalanced backwards patriarchal system that has totally been lying to you about me or haven't even been telling you about me because you ain't in they secret clubs. This is what she's saying. Okay? But she's like, look, you ain't even gotta join that. You can talk to me directly. You talk to me, I'll talk back. Okay? This is what the divine feminine mother goddess is saying. She like, look, baby, look, son. Okay? She's like, look, you've been running mighty long. Okay, your track shoes is all running down. They busting holes in them and things. You've been running from me, aka running from yourself. Okay? And running into a brick wall every time you run back to this backwards ass patriarchal system that got you broke, constantly horny, broke some more, imbalanced, mentally healthy imbalanced, emotionless, cold-hearted. You can't even connect with a woman on an intellectual, emotional, spiritual level because you ain't connect with the inner feminine energy on a divine level on the inside of you first. That's why when the universe presents y'all with a divine feminine who is the daughter and the extension of the divine mother, you don't know what to do with her. You just toss to the side, throw her away, da 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 da. Yeah, you're gonna hunch on her and download all her divine information and run off with it and then go share it with a raggedy heifer who ain't got no divine feminine power or presence or essence or level up or evolution about herself. Cause she just as tapped out as you. Okay? And then you walking around here with the divine feminine stuff. You done took her stuff and took it over there to go give it to a raggedy. And now you looking like a op to a divine feminine because it's a spiritual war that's going on that you probably wasn't privy to. But if you just now waking up or you about to wake up, you gonna realize, oh wow, I didn't impart or bring anything of value because I wasn't connected to the value within myself. So I connected with a divine feminine sent by the universe to be an example of divine femininity, divine feminine essence, goddess essence, energy, vibration. And I didn't have anything to exchange, but I stole from her energy. And then I ran off and continued with my raggedy ass life, running the streets. Street life or whatever in my raggedy vibration because I've been influenced by a raggedy patriarchal system that lied to me and didn't tell me the truth, but they kept the truth in their secret clubs and meetings and stuff that they have and whatever. You see, is it making sense? Is the dots connecting? Is the picture being painted? is the big picture seen. But yes, tap into the divine feminine energy and transform your life. She's already included you. You come from her. Tupac said it. You got a name from a woman and a game from a woman. The divine feminine is God. God is also in goddess. They are one. Separation is an illusion. A lot of y'all fell for the illusion and the lie. A lot of us have. I did at one point. But now I know the truth and I've been sent and called to share it with you all in my own unique, stylized way in how I communicate and channel what I'm given from the divine. But yeah, all that gangster stuff y'all be talking about, that come from her. She's the most gangster. She'll love you or ruin your life. Take your pick. It just depends on where you want to vibrate and where you want to line your energy in your life. Ain't nobody more gangster than God. You feel me? That's the real OG for real. Okay? The omniscient, omnipresent. Okay? The Omega. And the Alpha too. Okay? But yeah, though. Study the ancient goddesses from other cultures. Study their energetic attributes, their energetic characteristics, okay? Their influence, okay? Study the feminine energetic attributes and characteristics within nature. This is going to connect you spiritually, emotionally, and physically. It's going to connect, all the dots going to connect when you tap in and do this research and study. And you go within yourself and tap into the inner goddess within yourself. When you awaken her energy within you, she gonna point you in the right direction. She gonna tell you how to make your business moves, what woman to make your life partner, your destiny partner, your business partner, your everything partner. Okay? Because I'm telling you, once you tap in on a divine level, you ain't gonna need to be out here running the streets, hunching on anything and everything that look good or look like it might feel good. Okay? Because somebody who is spiritually tapped in and whole within themselves, they multifaceted already naturally. They multi-dimensional. You ain't gonna ever be bored. Okay? They got so many dimensions and aspects to them. You ain't gonna need to run the street. Cause you gonna be just as tapped in as like that within yourself. And y'all just gonna keep bouncing off of each other, playing off of each other, and you know what I'm saying, exchanging and sharing with each other and further exploring and elevating and evolving on your own individually. Y'all ain't gonna ever be bored. Y'all gonna be surprising the mess out of each other. It's the same thing like that when you explore the depths of the divine feminine energy and spirituality. She is the darkness. The darkness, the depths of the ocean and the darkness of the cosmos. You don't know what's out there. But baby, it ain't no end to it though. Okay? It's the same thing when you explore the depths of yourself and you connect to that divine feminine essence, that divine feminine mother goddess energy. She holds the keys and the passive ways to unlock every level in this game of life. Y'all been going about it, doing it the backwards way, the hard way, and losing and failing terribly. It's okay. We've all fell victim to it at some point or another. But now it's time to do it the most effective way. To everything, there is a higher version or a lower version. Okay? But yeah, it's going to make you a better man. It's going to make you a better father. It's going to make you a better brother. It's going to make you a better co-worker, a boss, a leader, a parent, a lover, a husband, a boyfriend, a uncle, all of the titles that y'all have and could have in this life. It's gonna make you better once you tap into the divine feminine energy and do away with all that backwardness and the illusion and the deception and the trickery that y'all been the bamboozle and the okie doke y'all fell for. Okay, they got y'all out here being backwards, and you wonder why you can't connect to a healthy whole woman who embodies and exemplifies divine feminine energy. Because I don't see. She's like, wait a minute. She gonna step back and look at you. She gonna tilt her head back a little bit and kind of, examine you. She's gonna be like, he got potential, but he missing something. He missing my reflection. I don't see my reflection. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to cut too masculine energy and no feminine essence, no feminine influence, no feminine presence. That's imbalance. And that's why y'all have a lot of heartbreak and y'all scared to fall in love and y'all scared to be in love and you don't love yourself because you've been programmed by the backward system to be toxic and unhealthy and combative and low vibrational and narcissistic and vampiric and zombified, and then walk around here and give all your divine juices away and don't preserve it and retain it so you can build up your divine wisdom so that the divine mother can talk to you directly through that sacred secretion that travels up your spine to your crown. You can't get no divine wisdom, and that's why y'all out here can't navigate the earth and can't navigate the world intuitively and spiritually because you tap the F out. Because you done spilled it all out at the hotel room. Dummy. And I say that with love, divine love. Okay? But yeah. It's okay. You ain't know no better. And you were misguided, miseducated, and misled. Okay? But Brenda the Alchemist, myself, came here I was divinely inspired and led to bring forth this spiritual thought, this spiritual fitness sessions, get y'all weight up, get y'all strength up. Y'all don't walk around here weak. Okay, and then y'all out here dating and hunching on little girls, not literally, but figuratively, women who look mature and, you know what I'm saying, and whole, but they just as broken hearted as you, and fragmented and broken, because y'all been following and being influenced and programmed by a broken system. Okay, because it lacks the divine feminine essence and energy and influence and presence. You got to go seek that on your own. They ain't going to give it to you. If you're looking for them, you waiting on them, you're going to be waiting forever. Just period. Unless you join a group, a club. And I don't even know how that go. And I don't even know why I keep bringing it up and saying it, because I don't really know what they do and I don't really care what they do. Really. but it must connect to somewhere. Spirit has me saying this is where the spirit is flowing and going, and but yeah, um, this is what divine is calling y'all to tap in and put the divine feminine back where she properly belongs in your life first, personally. Okay. Otherwise, you're going to just continue getting what you always got, going the way you've been going. Okay. It's time to balance out and harmonize within yourself so you can really step into your godhood and operate in your divinity and your godliness and be G'd up from the feet up and not G'd down and goofied up. Okay. It's time to lead a circus now. Okay. It's time to stop clowning around and being buffoons and bozos. It's time. Okay. It don't matter what your partner doing and your homeboy and your bro and whatever. They don't want to go. Hey, look, it's okay. It ain't for them. It's for you. Okay, you that grasp these concepts and grasp this truth, and it resonates with you, and it makes sense to you, and you can see the truth for what it is, and it moves some energy on the inside of you. Okay, this is for you. All right, it's time to tap in. It's time to connect. It's time to wake up out of that slumbery sleep and out that spell that these patriarchal rulers and leaders of this world and society done put y'all under. Okay, it's time to snap out of it. It's time to snap, crackle, pop out of it. It's time to snap out of it. All right. All right. That's all I have for you guys. All right. I wish you all love, enlightenment, peace, and bliss. Okay. And prosperity on your journey. Continue to be the most healed, highest version of you. All right. And the only way you can do that is if you tap into the divine mother goddess energy, the divine feminine energy. Okay? Let her love on you. Let her mother you all over again. Okay? The right way. So you can become a whole man, not a piece of man. So you can connect with a whole woman. Okay? Because a lot of y'all, the whole woman she done left your tail behind when she realized how broken you really was. And you couldn't really harmonize and balance with her because you wasn't in harmony and balance with yourself. Because you've been operating out here listening to Fresh and Fit podcasts. They ain't got the answer, Sway. Okay? Alright? But anyway, we ain't gonna do them like that. But hey, I'm not attracted to any of the information or content. Ain't nothing about them appeals to me. Okay? But anyways, yeah. Continue continue to be the most healed, highest version of you. Tap in to the inner goddess within, the divine feminine within you. Okay? Because she already included you. You already in the equation. Okay? She has he in it. Her has he in it. You already in there. She ain't leave you out. All these other ones left her out. That's why she mad. Anyway. Nah, but yeah, continue to be the most healed, highest version of you. All right. I love y'all with the love of the divine. Okay. Alchemize your best self for your best life. Okay? Until next time, I'm Brenda the Alchemist. Take care.